So, hello everyone. This is going to be my review of the GPX2C. This is a mouse that has been relatively controversial, and I'm gonna go and be brutally honest. Didn't have the greatest time with this thing, and I think throughout this review you see why. I want to start with the most disappointing thing first, which is the shape. Actually no, that's not the most disappointing thing, but it's the most important thing. My mistake. It's the shape. The most important thing is the shape. Now, here's the regular GPX. I dug this out of like an old stuffed basket, so it's not in the best shape. It's broken, but the external and the overall shape and quality of the button should be fine. And you can see that it's attempting to go for the same thing, but if you actually look at the hump, it actually drops down quicker than the GPX, right? On the regular GPX, if this is the middle, it takes about until like 80% of the hump to really start drastically drooping down. This only takes up to about 75% before it starts drooping down very heavily, and the effect this causes is that it really doesn't support your palm quite as much as I would expect from a mouse shape like this. And overall, it's an interesting take on a small GPX shape. I'd say they were a little bit lazy, a little bit too safe with it. I wish they would have been more adventurous with a mouse that would have been more alienating to most of their market anyways. But I'll do more shape comparison later. I think now it's probably a good time to jump to build quality. And for build quality, I want to start with both of my other Logitech mouse copy. My old Superlight V1. Super rigid even when like being stuffed in basket for freaking forever. Just overall just really rigid. Same with my Dex. No creaking, no popping, no major flex. A little bit on the bottom, but that's it, right? Now onto this. It's one hand. It's flexing and creaking. It's flexing quite a bit, creaking quite a bit. You can even kind of see the bottom plate just kind of separating right there, right? On the right side it's a bit better, but on this under the side buttons it's just like no effort at all. Here, up close to the mic. Really does not inspire much confidence, and to see the quality drop so quickly from these two mouse is incredibly disappointing. Right, this thing is ancient, still holds up. This thing is fresh, and it feels like it's falling apart. So like, yeah, really disappointing. So uninspiring shape, not impressive build quality. Let's go into the weight. It's 51 grams, and without the power play stuff, it would have been around the 40 mark. Which in my opinion is actually not that bad. Like, it's really not that bad of a weight, but it could be better, right? It could be better. Because if you look at something like the Crazy Light, it's so incredibly rigid, right? Incredibly rigid, and it's like 36 grams. And it's just like, yeah, same weight class, same size class. Like it really is just kind of a slightly disappointing way. It's not horrible, or it's not like dense, but it doesn't feel good either. And I wish they would have been more adventurous with the weight. Again, it's just very uninspiring, very like uninnovative, right? Next up, the clicks. Let me bring up the regular GPX again. Versus the Omron mechanicals here, these have a nice tactile, slightly bouncy feel. These are a lot stiffer, a lot sharper, a lot more twingy, hollow, sort of a cheap feeling. I don't like Logitech opticals. They just sound and feel so cheap, so just not well done. But the side buttons are surprisingly good. They are much more rigid. They're not mushy at all. They have a solid stopping point compared to my regular GPX. Right, these are super mushy, and the phantom side buttons or the side ridge is fixed, which is awesome. The scroll wheel are the same on both, so I'm not going to get into that. It's fine. It's relatively tactile with the scroll, and the click is relatively light. It's a pretty good scroll wheel. Coating, same standard rubberized coating. I quite like it, but it's nothing outstanding either. It's nothing amazing. So like, again, just nothing really innovative. Sensor is the same Hero sensor. It feels great, super smooth, top of the line. But again, in the age where 3950, 3395 with good MCU implementations are everywhere, really not something to brag about. But the skates is actually something they improved. They're quite smooth, they glide well, they're quite fast, they're usable out of the box, so you don't have to pay the Logitech $10 tax of getting new skates every time you buy a Logitech mouse. Please include these on every single mouse you release from now on. Please, Logitech, please, and improve your build quality. Anyway, let's jump into comparisons. And the first comparison, aside from the GPX from earlier, is going to be the Cyrox V6. This is what I kind of hoped the 2C would be, to a more aggressive extent, where you can see how it's a very similar bulbous rounded hump, right, but actually goes all the way down to the 80% mark, and it really just gives a much more filling, supportive feel. There's a lot more side contouring. I wish Logitech would have done this, but just slightly less. They did attempt to, but it's still so flat, right? And the clicks just feel miles better. Side buttons feel so much better. Build quality is just leagues ahead. Super duper rigid. Just a tiny bit of side flex, but it doesn't creak, right? The arm-round opticals feel so much better. And the shape is just a more adventurous, more contoured shape. It just feels better. There's actually comfort grooves. It's not as flat, it's not as uninspiring. They actually took the GPX hump and actually executed it on a smaller scale compared to the GPX, where you just pussied out of it. Really, like, the shape is just so uninspiring, so like they don't even capture the essence of the original GPX that well, and they didn't even try to do something more adventurous with it, right? Yes, it's technically a more compact GPX, but then the hump just cuts off a little bit too early, right? The hump cuts off a little bit earlier than a regular GPX, and the sides, like, if you look at the regular GPX, there's still a little bit of contouring. While here, yes, it's kind of there, but on this smaller scale, you really need to put just like 5% more contouring to have the same effect as on a larger mouse, right? So on here, it just feels really flat, aside from the thumb side where you can feel it. On this left side, I can barely feel it at all, right? In hand, it feels actually quite flat compared to here, where because it's a larger mouse, the curves are actually more accentuated and you can actually feel it as you're gripping it. So I just wish they did something more like this, where there's actually some real curvature, some actual comfort grooves, right? An actual GPX like hump where it's actually supportive. It's just basically taking this but actually doing it all the way. Now if you actually want something that's still on the smaller side with flat, safe sides, I'd say the Crazy Light and the Hyperlight are just better execution of the same idea, right? So again, on the Crazy Light, flat side, just ever so slightly curved, but it actually has a back hump, so it's still supportive, right? So it's a safe, very supportive shape, and it feels much better in the hand for someone who enjoys small mice. Compared to the Hyperlight, where yes, it's still relatively flat, it actually have similar curvature and unsuspectingly similar side profile, right? And what this does, but it has a better button curve, and in the hand they feel similarly supportive, but this is just a little bit taller, so it's a little bit more supportive. The side profiles feel very, very similar, but this just feels like a better execution of what this is trying to do in a different way from the V6. The V6 is trying to bring it closer to like a small true GPX, but like the V6 is like taking the GPX curve and accentuating it a bit more. and there's a little too much where it's no longer a GPX. Like this is too little to be similar to a GPX in my opinion. While this is being the same safe kind of like not super alienating shape idea taken and done much better, right? I think this is a much better beginner sort of small mouse compared to this, because it just does everything similar but better. And with the crazy light, and I'll bring in my regular X2 as well because I want to revisit the weight for a bit. This is, yes, it's uninspiring with the weight, and it's not innovative, but also like it's reasonably well balanced. But again, just to show how outrageously like non-innovative and just uninspiring this mouse is, this is an X2 medium. It's around 55 grams, right? It feels so much less dense than this. It's not dense by any means, but this just feels so much more airy, and this isn't even a crazy light. And it's so much more rigid, like it's just so much more rigid. Like there's no creaks, there's no nothing. And when you go down to the crazy light, it's lighter, it's more solid, and it's a better shape, it's lighter, right? And overall, it's just like, I don't see why you'd want to pay $160 for 2C when these other options exist. It's just so disappointing to see Logitech do something like this, and I wish they were better. Like, I want them to be better. I want to like this product because I actually genuinely like the shape idea. I like the grip width, right? I like the hump profile to a certain extent. I wish it was a little taller, maybe a little further back, or at least a little more extended, a little more rounded to the back. So that's actually somewhat supportive. Because if it's actually somewhat supportive, it would feel more like a GPX. Again, if the side were just slightly more contoured, 5% more, it would feel more like a GPX. The comfort curves in the button, right? On the GPX, you can actually kind of feel it. You can kind of feel it. You can feel just a little divot. On here, it's just erased because it's way too small. It's too small of a scale. And they just lost the GPX essence trying to make it smaller, right? And I've not seen anybody point this out. Maybe I'm too much of a stickler on shape, but I just don't know what they're trying to do with a 2C. It's an uninspiring shape. Yes, it's a decent shape for a small mouse. It's safe, and it's gonna be something that might get you into like the conversation of going into smaller mice. But they kind of pussied out with it. Like, they didn't do anything really well. They didn't capture the GPX essence. They didn't make a small mouse that is competitive. And in terms of the safe shape, the Hyperlight, in my opinion, is just a better, more well done execution of a very similar shape idea. It has a better, again, it has a better button slope. It has a better just overall feel on the hand with the hump profile. And just the quality wise, it's also better. Weight wise, it's better. And it really begs the question of like, what is Logitech even doing? It shouldn't take this long to make this product and charge $160 for it, right? And it just confuses me at this point. As someone who likes Logitech as well, I love my Dex. The Dex is one of my favorite mouse of all time. I love the G403, right? Even the Superlight, it would have been a shape I like if it weren't for the side ridge that actually hits my knuckle, hits my ring finger knuckle, so I can't use it too long, which is why I'm looking for a clone without the ridge, and which is why I was so excited for this. And don't get me wrong, like, it's still a decent mouse, it will still perform well, it's a reasonably good shape, but it's just not exceptional. It's just not something that I expect for $160 at this point. So yeah, rambling aside, you know, criticisms aside, if you want to buy it, buy it. I'm not gonna stop you. I think it's really overpriced, really just not worth it, and with my quality issues as well, I can't recommend it at all. I think it's a bad product. Even if the performance is good, even if the shape wasn't that bad, even if it's a guilty pleasure shape for me, right? As I said in my first impression, it's a guilty pleasure shape. I just can't recommend it. It's just bad. It's just a bad product. Quality issues for $160, like, come on, you know. Anyway, that's gonna be it for the review. Hope you guys enjoy. I guess like and sub. Bye bye.
Stay ahead. Hardpoint locked down. Requesting recon above.
Hardpoint active.
Identified.
Hostiles at the hardpoint. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint relocated. Stand by.
UAV orbiting the AO. Recon is on.
Point relocating. Stand by. Area inside the perimeter. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Inside the perimeter.
One cat.
You hear him? Play bomb, play bomb. Play bomb. Last is red.
He's doing
Your left. Nice, bro.
Yeah, fuck him up, Green. Shit, I missed, bro.
One on A.
See ya. Nice.
Nice, Brian. I mean,
you.
Brian. Skadoosh.
See ya.
Behind you. What the fuck?
One enemy remaining.
Nice. Mature.
One enemy
One straight, fade straight, drop deep.
So what's tagged art?
blocking sight.
Start running, they know where. 2 mid straight, 1 connector. Should be only 1A. Dug out.
There's 40 fade. Art.
Connector.
40 beat him. Dug out.
One more art.
One enemy remaining.
Op last, secret.
Wait, I'm low. Just gonna play it. Take it. Give me whatever you have. Give me a gun. I'm flashing.
Enemy remaining.
I think he's flank. He's definitely flank.
How is he not dead? I swear I hit him. Nice.
Go away. Go. One enemy remaining.
Wait, cross.
See ya.
There's someone here. Spawn.
Be faster.
Okay.
One enemy remaining.
I'm gonna smoke
Nice.
this for you, Aki.
I reported them all.
120. Nice. Okay, yeah, now I can for all of them.
Spike down. B.
Lobby.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. On top.
One enemy remaining.
playing the Team Falcons pod. Suck.
Hardpoint located.
Smoke. Montreal meat.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Hardpoint relocating. Secure the target area. UAV ready to deploy. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
This guy up here. There he is.
You're halfway to mission complete. Finish it. Enemies inside the perimeter.
MP7. I'll fuck with it. Below the MP7.
Confirming next hardpoint. Stand hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Trying to find out the angles to approach this.
Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint.
10. Oh my god.
Inside the perimeter.
11. 12.
Hostile UAV in the area.
I'm so close to an advance.